Humans. The mere mention of the multicolored bipeds brought laughter to the members of the Galactic Council. They were not as strong as the Lilandar, nor as skilled as the Merenth. We were hopeful they had a high natural intelligence like the Celian, but those hopes were dashed as well. They owned a small empire, just a few dozen star systems near their home star. They could not even terraform, and their people were disunified. Their ships were outdated by centuries, their observed tactics primitive, and their people too peaceful. They were pathetic, but the Council let them join galactic society anyway, and soon they were everywhere. Apparently they were a mercantile society like the Andor, and so we let them be, content to have them wander the trade routes, earning us tax income and keeping our supply lines chugging along. We were unaware of the horrors that would come, and the role humanity would play in the coming darkness. 2 decades later, they came from the hidden sector, a small area of the galaxy filled with nebulas and the remnants of exploded stars so dense it blocked all incoming or outgoing signals. It was only 10 stars large, but it was an enigma that had eluded us for millennia. But from it they came. Dark ships brimming with weapons and shields that easily blocked all our advanced weaponry. In a blitz attack, they tore through an entire sector of the galaxy, burning worlds, ripping apart stations, and even detonating stars. They were the Gron, and they despised all other life. As the Galactic Council scrambled to relay orders for fleet movements and army deployments, the human ambassador came to them and asked that humanity be allowed to fight, begged them even. They were turned down point blank. No way would the Council allow such a small, weak nation to fight. Their losses would be immense, and their fledgling economy devastated. The human ambassador left the Council chambers annoyed, but they'd be back. Every day the human ambassador and his successors would come to the Council chambers and beg to be allowed to fight. Humanity was not an ally only for the good times, they'd yell. We'll help any way we can. They'd continue, but to no avail. For 3 decades this continued. World after world burned. Entire species were wiped out. Sectors ripped to shreds. Stars detonated by the hundreds. And still humanity begged to fight. They had not been touched by the war. It started almost the exact opposite side to them. Their worlds were fine, their people fine, their economy still decent. We thought they were just eager to prove themselves, and so after 3 decades we relented. If we had known then what we know now, trillions of lives might have been saved. Humanity had not been idle. They had been working hard. The humans had not just been trading resources and commercial goods, they have been trading technology. Behind the backs of the Council, they had worked tirelessly to bring themselves up to galactic standard. Then they exceeded it. They exceeded it by a massive margin, and we hadn't even bothered to check. Ingenuity, a human word meaning the quality of being clever, original, and inventive. That was humanity's skill. That was what they brought to the galaxy. Their people united behind the war effort like no other. Small colonies risked famine and death to liquidate their assets to purchase ships so they could send people to assist. Militaries filled with huge metal monstrosities they called Titans, brimming with weaponry, tore through the hyperspace lanes alongside small aircraft pirates and raiders. Longtime scourges of the trade routes joined forces alongside the law enforcement and military vessels that had hunted them for years. The entirety of humanity joined the war, and the war shifted almost immediately. They broke the Gron. The shields and armor that had seemed so impenetrable to our weapons fell to the overwhelming firepower brought to bear by a species we had considered a passing curiosity. Humanity outright forced their technology upon us, demanding they take it and upgrade our own fleets while they held the Gron off. We scrambled to do so, throwing away centuries-old designs that had been perfected over successive generations for designs that humanity churned out almost daily. Fleets in the middle of upgrades were suddenly ordered to change because humans had found a way to squeeze out more power, or fit more weapons, or fire missiles faster. Their ingenuity also extended to the fields of war. With new strategies and fleet loadouts, they took back system after system from the Gron. Humanity's daring and suicidal tactics broke the back of the Gron 3 years later, and as they were chased back into the dark sector with their tails between their legs, we watched as humanity dove into that unknowable place with reckless abandon. We could not follow, fearing defeat in that dark sector. We don't know what happened in there. The humans refused to speak about it. All we know is only a few weeks after they entered, they emerged battle-scarred and their faces dark. As we raced to their exit point to learn what had transpired, Our sensors picked up star after star going supernova. The humans had detonated each star in the dark sector and left, leaving the Grand to suffer a genocide. That day was 5 years ago exactly, and in front of this assembly I would like to welcome the newest member of the Galactic Council. Humanity, fine merchants when they wish to be, ruthless warriors when they have to be, but allies until the last man falls. Galactic Councilor Veyron Beck's speech during the Galactic Assembly of AD 2239.